Good morning. Welcome to the actual shop. It's been a while since we've actually been back in here, and if you look to the periphery, you'll see why. It's an absolute disaster, but I'm working on it. I hung up cabinets, and that's about it. That's all the progress I've made on cleaning in here.
You did move your toolbox.
I did move my toolbox. Oh, I need help moving those. You might recognize this that is currently stuck back here as Aging Wheels' gokart thing that he was making, and then didn't. And then I got it and proceeded to do a bunch of stuff that didn't really work all that great, and so now we're here. And this thing sat around for a long time until Vader, they reached out and said, hey, do you want to try our golf cart battery? It's LiFePO 4 70 volt, 105 amp hours. I was like, sure, I've got a project for that. So today's mission, and probably tomorrow's mission, the next day's mission, because I'm sure this isn't going to get done tonight, is to get that battery on here. But first, there's a few other things I did here that I need to walk through because context. So first of all, the most important thing, the alternator is gone. Even when the alternator conversion works right, it's still only 1 kilowatt. And 1 kilowatt is about 42 few kilowatts. So what we have here is, I think it's been so long since I did this, I don't even remember what this motor is. It's an upgrade for a Suron, I think. It's good to like 40 kilowatts. It's attached using battery interconnect buses from a Chevy Spark battery pack, because, you know, why wouldn't you? I had to do a little bit of welding to make the tensioner fit it and stuff, and as you can see, that is lined up. And then we've got a 60 volt module out of the Chevy Spark here. That sort of worked. There's no BMS on it, so that's fun. And I don't think these are capable of all that many amps. This thing is apparently supposedly capable of like 350 amps burst, which is absolute and absurdity. So that would be 3C discharge out of a LiFePO 4 battery pack. So I'm interested to see if we're able to max out this controller's 270 amp draw. But first we need to get this battery off of here. I've already started welding up a frame. The battery is going to sit here. It's not going to sit on... I mean, this is all a big control arm. It's unsprung. I don't want the battery on that like this one is. This just needs to go. Needs to go away. And then the battery is going to go up here. So we're going to weld, and we're going to triangulate. I got some 1-inch box steel. I've got Grimes here to...
moral support.
He's here. And we're going to see if we can make this thing move. And we're going to see if we can make it... I'm really hoping that if we're able to make this thing make, 270 amps, it's going to be like 40-something horsepower. I want it to do wheelies. That's my goal. I want this to do wheelies.
Okay, Ed.
Wheelies.
Ed's real.
Where is Ed? He's supposed to bring his bike by. Ah. Okay, cool. So then this. Perfect. So there's these sort of triangulated things here that I'm probably just gonna sort of do this sort of number 2 and probably do some gusseting plates in along here to kind of give it a little bit more surface area to attach to. And then we're just gonna kind of drop some supports down to wherever we can. The problem is that all this moves here, so it's got to go way back. And this is probably, yeah, like that. That sucks. That angle's terrible. My hopes aren't astronomically high. Because that battery's like 160 pounds. I can pick it up barely. It is a chunky boy. We'll get more into it later. It's actually really cool. It's got Bluetooth. It's got like a dashboard that we're gonna put on here. All kinds of neat stuff. It's an interesting value proposition too, because I think right now it's $2,200 on their website, and it's 7.6 kilowatt hours. I think the actual numbers will be on screen. So that's about $240 per kilowatt hour. I don't know if that's good value when it comes to new LiFePO4, because I'm so used to buying used lithium ion, which is like $90 to $100 per kilowatt hour. But the nice thing about LiFePO4 is it is a lot less volatile. Like if you over discharge it or overcharge it or whatever, there's a lot less risk of it catching fire. Not no risk, but like way less risk than with like NMC lithium ion or something like that. Anyway, I need to get the wire wheel and wire wheel all the powder coating off of this area so I can start tacking things in place. Ow. My ears. There's not an overwhelming amount of material to connect to there, but
Maybe let it cool first.
I'm a little more confident now. Yeah. I mean, that's with no gusseting and no
Contact.
Wow, that is the worst tack anyone has ever done. It looks so bad.
Grinder and paint make the welder you ain't.
You mean more triangles? Yeah.
That's so wonky.
Yeah, but it's burnt in, buddy.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Huh?
Gonna rub on the suspension. Oh, because it's not even side to side.
Yeah.
Nope.
Raise your hand if you're surprised. All right.
My jaw is firmly in place. Do I have to get mine up now?
What, your toes?
And 1 and 2.
Oh god. Y'all are making me anxious. That's not that bad.
Yeah, and it's not running into anything. This is very scientific.
Hey Jake,
Yes.
did you ever fix the brakes?
Nope.
That was a weird sound. Ow, my toe. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. See, that's how gussets work. It's fine.
I'm sure it is. Oh, you just stuck it in there to fill the.
Yep. And this one goes on the
Yep.
back. Realistically, I kind of just overbuilt this anyway. So garbage is still overbuilt.
Wouldn't you need to run a weld all the way across?
Yes and no. Yes, I should. And no, I don't want to. But okay, I guess.
Points for consistency.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. Okay.
I'm gonna go get the rest of the accessories for this, so we can actually bolt it on.
I applaud your confidence, Jake.
What?
Driving tonight.
I mean, all we have to do is finish those cables and set the battery on it. Tyler made me some battery cables out of the 0 gauge that I had sitting around. The negative is going straight to the controller. The positive is going through Robert's battery box because I don't have time tonight to redo his battery box, which he did warn me was not his greatest work. But now we're ready to hook up the negative. Okay, there is a contactor built into this, but I still have the contactor and pre-charge resistor that was on here is still in play because I was not sure how this battery would work with a pre-charge with a motor controller that doesn't have a pre-charge resistor. So I figured I'd just play it safe. So now that we have that hooked up, I believe this has an internal contactor. What it also has, we've got this nifty sort of a aircraft style connection. And that goes to our LCD screen, which we will of course mount up where the driver can see it. And then, we've got our onboard charger and our charging cable. That stuff's not on there yet. So at this point, we push the big button. So the motor controller's on. The battery's on. It's in standby mode at... Let's take the Peely off. Oh yeah. All right, so we can see our current voltage, 72 volts. So the 70 volts, this must be 72 volt nominal. Wow, and we're at 49%. Is this a touchscreen? No. Okay, so we toggle through pages with this. Yeah. Charge discharger on. We've got temperatures, cycles, all of our string voltages. That's a pretty good amount of information right there. And there's also a phone app. The Bluetooth antenna is right over here, and that can also tell all kinds of interesting stuff. But the important thing is, does it move?
Watch out. Hold on. Hold on. There you go. Yep.
Yep.
It does, in fact, do the move.
It's still it's got that weird that's wide open throttle. It's still got that weird soft start thing.
Are we gonna herc the battery up onto the...
Yeah, I'm just gonna set it up here and see what it looks like.
Ka-chunk.
This is safe, surely.
Have you ever used a ratchet strap?
I hate it.
It's that spiral.
It's stressing me out. Please fix it.
That'll be alright. This is temporary.
Alright, see you in 3 to 6 months.
Jesus.
The hell is that noise?
Brake rotor.
Ah.
Bye. So we're pulling a max about 113 amps, which is about 8 kilowatts. So a fraction of what we should be pulling. And I think the controller is kind of the blame here. It's I'll hook up a laptop and mess with it tomorrow a bit, but I think that controller just kind of sucks. But it works for now, so we'll do some testing and we'll get back to this. New bolts. So now I can start drilling the mounting holes to actually bolt this big bastard on here. I also got my phone and not my phone, but this Pixel 3a that I keep around for stuff that needs Android things, so I could tune the controller. I don't know how much we're gonna get out of this. I really don't love Kelly controllers. I'm a much bigger fan of far drivers. Might drop $200 on a far driver for this project. Don't know. And then we've got the charger over there. It is charging. The charger's quite nice. It'll do 110 or 240 volts input, it looks like. So you could actually use a level 2 car charger level 2 car charger with this, if you had a adapter. Man, the fan in that thing, that is chooching. Let's see, this thing does what, 18 amps max. Yeah, it's a little warm. Battery's a little warm. Gosh, it is putting out some power. Sweet heavens. I guess I'll slide this over, drill the other set of holes, and then bolt her on. And then what's next? I guess test it. I have the back up in the air because I was doing a calibration thing. It's not important. The power just went out, and it has occurred to me that running this charger and the air conditioning at the same time is probably too much for my service back here. Did I blow a breaker? I can't get that undone with one hand. These breakers are all fine. How is the only thing popped this 20 amp breaker? There's no way that 20 amp breaker is the entire second garage. Who wired this house? Oh my gosh, this whole shop is wired on 20 amps. Fudge. My brother in Christ. That is 110 amps worth of circuit breaker over here. I turned the AC off because, yeah. I actually measured for these holes. You think that means they'll actually fit and line up? Because I sure don't. Ugh, come on. Yeah, not even a little bit. Okay, cool. Yep. How about over here? Well, I'm 4 for 6. I don't hate those odds. Oh, the holes are also too small somehow. Delightful. Lesson learned. Screw measuring. Measurings for nerds. Honestly, why didn't I just do this the first time? This is, I mean, kind of hard to mess up, frankly, and apparently counting is too difficult for me. It's a shame they canceled Sesame Street, because I could really use it right now, There, yep. Make hole there. Yeah, that's fine. There are two things in life, best practices and whatever I'm doing, and it's pretty safe to assume that the two are diametrically opposed. However, the bolts go in, so who's really to say? Got our LCD mounted on here, which isn't all that bright in the sun. I can't really read it all that well. Battery's bolted down, and the suspension's quite a bit more compliant with that back there. And it's reasonably secure. We got reverse, we got forwards. I retuned the controller, but for whatever reason, it still has like a soft start. So if I go wide open throttle, it just kind of does that. I wish it was a bit more aggressive. I really kind of want to get a new controller for this, but I'm going to go see if it works, I guess. This feels like I should have safety equipment. I don't know how fast that was. I forgot to get like a GPS speedometer app on my phone, but yeah, it's basically a golf cart, which means we need to go to the golf course. Okay, but will it do a burnout on the sand? No. Honestly, this thing rides pretty nice with two adults in it. the rear brake is stuck on, and we just overcurrented the motor controller, I think. Oh my gosh, the brake is so seized on.
No.
We're using 20 amps to barely move. 25 amps to do like 3 miles an hour. Oh boy. I wish I had a wrench. Oh, there is a wrench. Haha, wrench.
See, I think this thing has a bad master cylinder. So if I'm able to crack this banjo bolt open. Which is a pretty big if, apparently. Then I can bleed pressure out of it.
Okay, little bit came out and it rolls freely now, ish. Our brand new neighborhood dog park took a huge beating from that creek over there. It flooded this whole area during some absolutely crazy storms we recently got. That is unfortunate. All this is brand new, and now it's going to be brand new again when we have to rebuild it immediately. So I fixed the power problem. I fixed the power problem. Sort of. Turns out the tune was completely wrong. Go figure. Also turns out these Kelly controllers just... I don't like them. I changed a bunch of stuff and got it working, but it still gets upsetty spaghetti and freaks out every now and then. I also built this new chain tensioner after the old one broke because the engine just makes too much dang old torque. So a quick trip to Atwood's and some really bad welding that you definitely should not look at. And that's all good to go. And then we've got the battery fully charged up. So really there's only 2 questions left. How fast can it go and how far can it go? And how far can it go is kind of not really for me to tell because I don't live somewhere where I can just drive it. And it doesn't fit in my trailer. So, yeah, I definitely believe their claims of like 40 to 50 miles, though, based on what I've seen. Like, this thing is losing maybe 1 or 2% per mile that I drive it, which is pretty good. I also fixed the alignment. I don't know if you can see it on video all that easily, but this tie rod is bent, and when I tried to fix it, it broke. So this whole tie rod side is messed up. I took this apart and adjusted it to compensate. I had to like bring it it wasn't even. Like the turnbuckle was threaded in more on one side than the other. So I had to take it all apart and fix that. But now at least it has a little bit less ridiculous amounts of toe out. So hopefully on pavement, it'll drive a little less nervous and be a little quicker. Our top speed is not going to be different because that's limited by how many RPM the motor can spin. You can tell this thing just stops pulling when it gets to, what was it, 27? No, it was like 35 miles an hour. Yeah, it just stops pulling. That's all it's got in it. But how does it accelerate? And it could accelerate better. Like I said, not the greatest. Kelly rates their controllers in motor amps, like motor winding amps, which is 1/3 of how many amps it's drawing from the battery. So this thing is not even coming close to actually pulling what this battery is capable of. So subscribe if you want to, maybe I get a better controller later and put this powertrain into something a bit more capable, making a lot more power and really push this battery. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. I'm a big fan of far driver controllers, that's it. But it's about $400 for a far driver controller that can actually take advantage of this battery. And I don't know if I would end up using that in this application, but who knows? We'll see. This thing takes up a lot of space, and like I said, living in the middle of the town here, not all that useful to me, but it is fun, and my girlfriend likes it. So there's that. I guess it's a lot like me in some of those ways. Useless, but fun, and my girlfriend likes it. So to really, so to get some interesting data points, I'm going to have a race. I'm going to race this back to back against all of my other electric shenanigans that I have going on around here. I mean, it's not going to be anything astonishing. It's just going to be a quick blast down the street, but it'll make for a good teaser shot at the beginning of the video, and really, that's the important part. Quite the lineup here to go against the go-kart. Ignore that. That's a secret thing for later. We've got, first up, probably one of my favorite things I have, my Razor Rambler. Now, this isn't a stock Rambler. This no longer has any of the stock batteries or anything in it. I never made a video of this, but this has I think a 36-volt lithium swap and a complete new controller and everything. I think it's pushing about a kilowatt out of the rear hub motor, which on something this lightweight, it's a lot of fun. It doesn't get up to speed particularly quick, but this is such an amazing cruiser. All my friends fight over this thing. They absolutely love it. After that, we're gonna have the awesome DT1 Pro. I haven't made a video on this yet. They've been wanting me to make a video on this. This is very similar to the awesome Gallop that I already have, but with some of the improvements that I wanted them to make, such as a trigger throttle. Thank heavens. So video on that coming eventually. And then after that, we're gonna have the lithium swapped Vectrix, which I think that will probably be the closest race. The Vectrix obviously has a higher top speed, but acceleration out of the gear reduced hub motor is not the best. Still pretty good. And Amber's gonna be driving the go-kart because she's not quite as familiar with the two-wheel stuff. It's just gonna be a 3, 2, 1, go, blast down the road and stop whenever an obvious winner comes out. Well, as fun as this thing is, acceleration is not its forte. So now it's time for the dual motor. I think it makes 4 times as much power as this awesome DT1 Pro. I'm kind of surprised. I thought this would launch a little bit harder than that, but now it's time for something that's street legal. Three, two, one, go. Vectrix gets it at the top end, but still just doesn't quite launch as hard. I guess that's what a chain drive does for you, but I have a secret weapon. Well, off the line, that's it. This is the quickest thing to leave from a dig that I've got, even with a pretty wimpy little controller. And what do we have for battery left? Let's see here. Oh, yeah, 99%, 73 volts. And the temperature has barely budged, 115, but it's a dark case, and it's about 100 degrees out. So I'd call 115 degrees pretty dang good, honestly. I think I officially took one of Robert's projects and finished it. This thing is a certified ripper. And thanks to Vaderer for the battery. Check them out in links below. I'm sure there'll be a code, probably on screen, probably in the description. Either way, we're only down to 96%. We've been out here for like a half hour. Absolutely wild amounts of power right behind us. Thanks for watching.